Yeah, so Andrew is joining us from Bucharest in Romania. And Andrew is the co-founder of Lesna. And Lesna is basically a company, well, I'll let you do the introduction in a bit, but it was brought to my attention that that Lesna, the company from Andrew, has generated over 106, wait, I have it written down here. 116,474 leads using UpViral. That is amazing, Andrew. That was brought to my attention, and I thought I need to bring Andrew on the co-pilot show to see what it is that he's doing, so that he can share his wisdom with the community here, and we can all get inspired by your success. Okay?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Happy to share.
And then let's dive in. So. Patricia says, congratulations, Andrew, on your 116,000 leads. So with that, Andrew, do you want to start by sharing an overview about Lesna? What do you guys do? What is Lesna? Give us a bit of a rundown on your business.
Yeah. So it was last year around this time when we coined the Lesna idea. And the point was to create a platform where we can grow a community around giveaways, because there are many giveaways done through social media, or many sweepstakes offered as an incentive for an action on social media. And we observed that many people are doing it without a system, without having a business in mind. And we observed also that we saw that this at companies, and then we saw it at influencers that were promoting some giveaways, right? Mm-hmm. So a company, if they would want to promote their product, they would pay an influencer to say, hey, give it away to your community and you'll get paid this amount. But we saw not only that there was this demand, we also saw that once a giveaway was done, the company didn't get benefits from that. Mm-hmm. Like the company that's giving away the product. That in the comments they say, hey, tag a friend and like this page and stuff, but they don't verify it, right? So that's where the first rewards mechanisms of UpViral came in handy. And we said, hey, look, we can use a tool that we can use to promote sweepstakes giveaways, but also have the virality effect based on a points system that will increase their chances to win, mm-hmm. the participants' chances to win. So from understanding the problem to building a website with UpViral integrated, there were another couple of months. So we got live like 10 months ago.
10 months ago, you launched Lesna.
Yeah, and we started with a few campaigns with close companies, friends, and stuff like that. Hey, look, we built this. We can use it to to promote your business, and we did that with a few companies, and it went very well. I mean, not only that. So the point was that we were very we were like set the expectations very low. Around, mm-hmm. We don't know what's going to happen. We really don't know what's going to happen because social media is like it is, right? You can get, shadow banned, you can get profile blocks, many things happening in social media. So we had no expectations. Said, okay, let's play this game. And when we started, we started with a plan to use ads as well for promoting the giveaways. but we saw we saw very fast that they weren't converting. So paid advertising to the funnel wasn't converting, because in the brand essence and in the communication, we were sharing a specific joy around, hey, look, it's just a gift, accept it as a gift. If you'd like to participate and have a chance to win it, play with us. Otherwise, we're just wanting people to be happy around what they receive as, the giveaway or sweepstake. So that's our taglines, creating joy.
Okay.
So with that in mind,
super.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so with that in mind, we skipped the advertising part, and we focused more on the brand delivery and with the tools that we integrated to continuously grow the brand.
Okay, awesome. So Lesna started 10 months ago. You launched it. Now you have generated over 116,000 leads using UpViral. And basically, so to make sure I got it right, Lesna is basically a platform where, and you guys do sweepstakes for your customers, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you basically saw the problem that a lot of companies out there, they are doing sweepstakes, which they are promoting straight away on social media, on Instagram, doing the traditional like tag your friend below or follow our profile, but that doesn't generate any, that gets you a few more followers or that gets you like a bit more engagement on the post, but it doesn't necessarily grow your business because it doesn't grow your email list, correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah. All right, got it. Before you decided to use UpViral, did you already have like, did you try it any other way? Did you try any other strategy, or straight away when you launched Lesna, you were like, we have to use UpViral?
The second option, we knew that in order to make this work, we needed a system that does exactly what UpViral does. And I was familiar with UpViral, but haven't used it previously for any kind of campaign. So I was new to UpViral, but watched, as everyone does, watch some co-pilots, watch the webinars, read the emails, studied what's happening in the group. So that's the basic homework that anyone needs to do to, properly use a tool such as UpViral, because it's very powerful, but you need to know how to use it. So I, brought some education around how that's working, and I said, that's perfect. We should just integrate it and work with that. And it's been the, one of the most important pieces in the technology stack that we have.
Yeah, super. Okay, and then for everyone in the audience, Andrew, we already discussed it a bit on our call, but on today's co-pilot show, we're specifically going to focus on one campaign that was really successful that you guys executed. And let me just, I'm going to share my screen real quick, because these are the results that Andrew brought in for his clients. He's gonna tell us more about it now, but it was a campaign that he did for the client. Is called iStyle. Is that correct, Andrew?
Yeah, that's correct.
And they generated, so basically they generated 18,000 direct visits, which resulted in 9,365 direct leads. So that's a 52% conversion rate for the leads. And those 9,365 leads referred another 3,312. So that brought it down to a total of 12,677 leads accumulated because of this sweepstake campaign. But with that being said, Andrew, do you want to give us like a walkthrough on what you did with this client, iStyle?
Yeah, so they came with the sweepstakes. So the sweepstake wasn't a small deal. The sweepstakes were 3 MacBook Air laptops, right? So
that was the price of the sweepstake.
Yeah, that was
3
the
MacBook
price.
Air.
So what we understood from this campaign, but also from all other previous campaigns, is that shiny objects attract, leads. So if you're a shoe company, maybe if you're running, initial campaigns, maybe instead of giving up only shoes, maybe give a sweepstake such as an iPhone, because even if it costs a bit more, it gets you more results. But that's our own conclusion, so you can try it yourself. The point is that we have a good incentive, and we have also a good influencer. The influencer that was featured and promoted our giveaway, so he has a big following already.
Is this the influencer, by the way?
Yeah,
Corin Matsiuk.
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. Yeah, so he's an entrepreneur, philanthropist, actor. So he has a following, and he doesn't do often giveaways. Most influencers at this point don't do too many campaigns. But when you go to companies, as we did, so you go to a company, we go to iStyle, right? iStyle is the biggest Apple reseller in this area of the world, because Apple doesn't have Apple stores here. So they sell a lot of iPhones, MacBooks, and everything. And we ask, okay, what do you want to do? What are your objectives? And totally unrelated, they asked for something that we didn't expect. They wanted more email subscribers. And we said, we haven't run any other email subscribers campaign, so we don't know what kind of results you'll get, right? But what we know is that if you put a good sweepstake, people will come. And we were thinking about 1 to 2 laptops and said, okay, here's 3. That's great. Let's run it.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. So the campaign was run for 10 days, I guess. And not only that we got those leads, but almost half of them also registered for their email list. Because it was one of the steps that we put in UpViral. Hey, you need to go there and do this custom action.
All right.
Of course, not everyone did it, because they have double opt-in on email and everything. Not everyone did it, but half of them did. The point was that they never had a campaign that gave them as many subscribers in such a short period of time.
All right, I see. So it was a happy client. Yeah. iStyle is basically, you said, a reseller of Apple products in Romania, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and that is why the price of the sweepstake was 3 MacBooks, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
MacBook Airs.
Yeah. You would expect that from that size of a company, right?
Yeah, and it's also like you mentioned, it's a very like shiny price, but the good thing is that it is very related to what they sell in the store.
Exactly.
So that the leads that they have collected, they have somewhat of an interest in getting a MacBook, which also means that the leads that they're going to generate have a higher likelihood of turning into clients.
Exactly.
For them. Okay, so let's now. I was just digging up the opt-in page, and you said this campaign ran for 10 days. This was a campaign that you guys were running in February, correct?
Yeah, mid-February, I guess. Oh yeah, look, the registration is 1 to 10 February.
1 to the 10th of February. All right, so now this campaign is already closed. But I just want to take people real quick through the registration page so that they can see what it looks like. So basically it says here, joy makers Lesna and Corin Matsiuk. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. iStyle Apple Premium Reseller offers 3 Apple MacBook Air 13.3 inch, totaling 3,000 euros. So basically the headline, so you have the Lesna logo, and then the headline is really clear, on who's partnering up here. So Lesna, Coding, and iStyle. And it's really clear what it is that you're getting as a price. Then we have, I really like the picture, I have to say. So this is the influencer, which is the actor you said that is very popular in Romania. And then with the 3 MacBook Airs, which are the prizes that are given away. So I think this is a really, really good image. And so together with the ambassador Coding, I'm going to stop trying to pronounce his surname. I'm just going to say Coding. Together with the ambassador Coding and Install, sponsor Apple Premium Reseller, we offer 3 Apple MacBook Air 13.3 inch with a total value of 3,000 euros with the following specifications. Okay, so these are the product specifications of the price. Then the registration period is from the 1st to the 10th of February of 2022. So making it clear the days that they have to register. The winners will be announced on February 11th, so the next day. Note, the current campaign offers 3 prizes for 3 winners, each winner receiving 1 Apple MacBook Air with the above specifications. And here you have campaign winners. So I guess this is now here listed because the campaign is already closed, right?
It's edited, like manually edited. This section doesn't show up when the sign up page is.
When the campaign is running, this doesn't show up.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
You have here the form fields, name, email, and phone number. And I want to sign up as a call to action. I'm curious to know, Andrei, why is it that you're asking for the phone number and not just name and email?
Well, it's something that we thought may be useful in the future to have it from clients for one reason, and another is that we're looking at emails are easier to input there as a duplicate email, but phone numbers less so. So the point was that if we're gonna need a verification step, we'll do sort of a double opt-in on text messages if it's the case for very tight campaign. So we said, hey, we're gonna just collect that, and that's about it. And still, people are giving their phone numbers with no worries. And of course, there are cautions taken around the data protection stuff, and we're not spamming people, not on email, not on text. That's very important because they'll just unfollow, they'll just report you and everything. So we're collecting them with care, and that's about it.
So it's not because it was a requirement from the customer from iStyle that they said we do SMS marketing, we want to collect.
We did it for all the campaigns. So the 116,000 leads, most of them have a name, email, and phone number. So we know.
So that's your rule of thumb. You always do that on your campaigns.
Yeah.
Okay. Then basically it says, so this campaign ends in, well, here maybe there was a countdown timer or something.
Exactly. So that disappears, and then we enlist the names of the winners there. Above the form.
Okay. All right. Then iStyle Romania is the only Apple premium reseller in the country. The first store was open, so a bit of information about iStyle, and intros about coding. Needs no introduction. However, we mentioned here some of the notable things to define his professional activity. All right, so a bit about the influencer who's involved in this sweepstake, and a bit about iStyle as well. Again, a call to action, I want to sign up, and then how it works. So register for free in the race to win the prize following 4 steps. Step 1, follow the Instagram account, Lesna, iStyle, or Facebook for Lesna and iStyle. So that way Lesna generates more followers, and the and the client also generates more followers.
Yeah.
Nice stuff.
And it works.
Then
It
tag
works.
three.
It's rewarded through UpViral for the custom action.
Yeah, okay. Then tag 3 friends in one of the posts on Instagram or Facebook, fill in the contact details in the form above, and 4, join iStyle family so you don't miss out on the latest news and offers. Sign up to the iStyle newsletter. Did you also give points for signing up to their newsletter?
If I recall correctly, yes. And this is the only campaign where we did this action and still people were registering and also registered for the newsletter in order to be validated as a winner. So it was great.
Okay. And so this is basically the registration page. So this is where you were sending traffic to. And we saw from the stats that it converted traffic, like 52% of your direct traffic converted into sweepstake participants, which is quite a high conversion rate. Andrei, what do you think are the strong points that made this page convert so well?
Well, simplicity. Like, I mean, when we started doing these landing pages, we got, we had some conversations with potential, companies that would list the products here, and we asked, okay, what would you like to, have listed? Intro, what are we giving away, who are we, and who are we partnering with? So that's the structure that William already shared by going through this page. And we kept
simplicity.
it simple. Yeah, another thing was personalization. So we didn't use stock images. Wherever we could, we either send the products, as we did here, send the products to the influencer, snap some photos, send them back. Okay, it's a small cost, but it's worth it because it's exactly what's happening. And we did that for most of the products, because when they receive the products, they're also doing Instagram stories on their profile. And they're actually showing, hey, look, this is happening on Lesna. These are the products. You go there, sign up, that's the deal.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So simplicity and personalization are the keys that you believe for.
On the tech part, I would say that it's important that it will load fast enough for most users.
Yeah.
So definitely. If you're not, if you're doing the landing page, if you're using the landing page directly from UpViral, it's simpler to handle because UpViral already handles that in the UpViral app cloud. But when you're integrating it into your own website, you need to check that it's stable.
It's
and
loading fast.
Loading fast enough, I would say, because fast is relative, but fast enough to for your users. Also, what I would say is communication and branding overall, because if you're just pushing, I'm giving away stuff, but what's the point? People won't understand what's the catch. Why are you giving it away? You're trying to sell me something. You're trying to gain something from me. But our communication and branding positioned in such a way that people knew that our only intent was to give joy to the community, and that's about it.
All right. Okay. So communication was also a key point to increasing the conversion rate. And so basically this sweepstake, it ran for 10 days from the 1st to the 10th of February. How did you keep the audience engaged? Like, especially for those who signed up, at the beginning of the sweepstake, like on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, how did you keep them engaged throughout the sweepstake so that they would keep being active, sharing, referring others, etc.?
Well, since most of the business is happening on Instagram for communications, there were stories, like daily stories, giving updates around hey, you still have these days and stuff, and people were continuing to bring referrals. And of course, you're expecting people to share that message and, you know, increase their chances to win. But not everyone gets it, right? So that's why you need to push every day in the communication part and find that tone of voice that doesn't bother on social media, because social media can become very fast heated. So if your communication is straightforward and clear and out of ethical perspective, then you'll have a good community and fan base. Otherwise, you'll get the number of followers, but they won't engage.
Won't engage. Yeah. So you basically, the main part of engaging the audience was done through the social media profiles,
Yeah.
daily Instagram stories, telling them about the sweepstake. Did you also email the participants?
Yeah, but we always email on the third day of a campaign, I guess. I think it's the third day. Yeah. So we are leaving social media to have an effect for at least 48 hours. And then we send an email to the whole database. And the whole database isn't the whole 116,000. There are 60,000, I guess, that opted in for the newsletter. It's something like half that are receiving the newsletter, with an open rate 30 to 35%.
Okay, that's a high open rate for a newsletter.
Yeah, it's very, because if they know the game, if they know that people are winning and we're sharing after the prize is given, we're sharing the winner's name and the process and the fact that it created joy for that person. And so we're actually happy for the person who won. And also we're happy for, the companies that get good results and they're happy with having new leads and new potential, customers. Because there were campaigns where the clients gathered 2,000, 2,500 Instagram followers over a campaign, and they were happy to give, the sweepstake as a prize, because otherwise, to gain this number of followers, they would pay for either advertising campaigns or influencers. It's basically the same deal. So it's better to create joy and get the benefits rather than just yeah. And I see Deborah's question in the chat. The email is just announcing the campaign, a new campaign. So it's for everyone that didn't see the new campaign announcement on social media, but they're with an eye on their inbox, on their email inbox. The winner is announced only on social media after the campaign is closed on the 11th day. And the winner receives an email automatically from UpViral.
Okay, got it. All right. So you announce the winner on social media and email. Now with that, I was here basically digging up your share page, which the campaign has been closed. So I can't get all the way through to the share page where you have all the
if you go to the other tab, yeah, click there, and now scroll to the bottom, and there's a related post in the bottom. A bit on more. Okay, the one with thanks on the right. Thanks, MacBook Air 13.
Here?
Yeah, if you click on that.
So if I click here, I go straight to the thing, to the...
Yeah, it's a shortcut that only I know about. People don't click that link. Yeah, so the point is that after they register, we did a similar simple page around the thank you page for registration.
Let's see if it loads.
Loading the form.
Here it is, and I'm just going to translate this here for the audience.
Yeah, it's basically anyway the same.
Okay, yeah. So this is a yeah.
Oh no, sorry, William. It redirected you back, right? Because it's the campaign is off and it doesn't work in that fashion.
Yeah,
but
that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's correct.
So, but basically, this is inside
a similar design, but with this top message. Since you're already here, we are announcing you that you will increase your chances if you're following the actions below. So there's
that's what it says here.
Yeah, that's I just translated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super,
so you can copy the link and send it to your friends. So that's the sharing link and the actions.
Yeah, share on Facebook, share on WhatsApp, share on Messenger.
Yeah.
Is this follow the Instagram profile?
Yeah.
Okay, from Lesna, follow the Instagram profile from the influencer, and follow the Instagram profile of iStyle.
Yeah.
And then you had a leaderboard here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And was it the person with the most points was going to win, or was it like between?
No, it's the random
randomly
version, and of course removing all the fraudulent and everything that UpViral does automatically for us. So that's another reason why we chose UpViral, because these systems, it's good that they're automated and it keeps our headaches around detecting fraud and matching, fraud attempts, because people will try that. They will try that.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you for sharing that. And then with that, I want to go into another direction. And actually, let me stop the share. I can share later on again. So what I find really interesting about your sweepstakes, and when we were on the first Zoom call, it immediately got my attention, is that typically people, UpViral users, to promote their sweepstake, they promote it on their social media profiles. Maybe they run some Facebook ads, some Instagram ads. If they have an email list, they will also send it to their emails. But what your main core strategy for sending traffic to your sweepstake and generating leads is influencer marketing.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how you do this? How do you reach out? Like in this case, it was with coding, with this specific sweepstake, which is an actor, a very popular guy in Romania. So take us through the process of how do you get to partner with an influencer like Coding to promote your sweepstake?
Yeah. So first thing and foremost, the thing that we do here, so we're a handful of people. I know how many will reach this video, or how many are actually doing this kind of work. What I guess it's important for everyone to acknowledge is that knowing how to use these digital tools is very valuable for companies. Many of them don't even know how a campaign should work, right? How should they don't know. Many companies don't know. So, and many have marketing campaigns, marketing budgets for other directions, but they don't use this type of mechanism, right? The virality effect that UpViral has. So what what everyone in this room knows is that this tool is working, and it's working for many companies. So when we are reaching a company, we're saying, hey, look, I have something that you don't have. Instead of, just giving away stuff with no return and with no measurement and with no actual, what's the game? You just give away stuff with no, it's fine. I mean, do that. If you want to give away stuff, just give away. But if you want to do a campaign, let me show you how I'm doing it. Let me show you how I've done it. So we go to the companies and we share them this. And then when we understand how they built their initial audience, what they tried before, what they understood, we're saying, cool, have you got any, friends in social media that could promote this campaign? And many of them will say, yeah, we might have, or we know some people, or we've tried before with some people. So the first source of discussion is that we ask the companies if they have friends with some vanity figures in social media to engage them in the campaign. So that's the first, right? If they don't have this kind of person, we're asking them because, hey, look, it's gonna be cheaper if you ask them yourself. It's gonna be more efficient if you're friends with them. And you will find out that many companies will have one connection or some connections in the market with, people in media, people that have followings. But the people in the media will not run a typical giveaway campaign because it's lame, right? So, but if you're giving them the whole system, it doesn't need to be as complicated as we've done it. You can only use UpViral, like landing page UpViral, collect the data, thank you, and that's it, right? Give them the winner, transparently screen record the winning, and that's it, right? Well, the point is that if you're sharing them this as a system, you can work for them as an agency, something that we've been perceived as in the market with this product. And if you're doing it for yourself, and let's assume you don't have influencers on your speed dial, on your contacts list or whatever, right? But if you're selling, I'm going to give another example of products that we sold well in the campaigns. Kitchen products, knives, like kitchen knife, right? Chef's knife. Some sort of towels, kitchen stuff. Like there, you would say that it's not a big deal, right? But with very good, again, we sent products to some influencers, very good product photos done with the phone, nothing else, but they put it in, made them look well. And we just sent the products to the influencers so they could give it away to their community. So when we were talking about kitchen products, we went to some kitchen influencers, and people with under 10K followers on Instagram, they were happy to receive the product and forward it to their community because it was a good product. But that's a basic principle in marketing. I mean, if you're going to promote a product, you're going to promote it even, how should I say this? So if your product sucks, you're only going to promote the lacking features of the product more. So if you have a good product, I'm sure it's the case for most of you, you just have to try and communicate, hey, this is what I'm doing. I want to give away this product to your community. I know it's something that many of them would wish, and I would like to use this system, and you will see that we both get followers and we're making some people happy, and I'm going to promote it in my community as well. And that's the game that we're playing with influencers.
Okay.
We call them ambassadors. I'm going to be honest here and tell you that not everyone accepts. Many of them will have, a complicated calendar. They would say, hey, yeah, I can, but I cannot do it this month. I can do it next month because my calendar for, promotions is already booked. But it's just a matter of DMing them, reaching out to them, and you'll find people out of a sample of, I don't know, let's say 10, 20, you'll find a handful to work with.
Okay, so from every 20 that you reach out to, you're saying like around 5 you get to work with them for a sweepstake.
Sure. You get to most of them, right? But not most of them will accept.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
It's important to sell a story here. Why are you doing these giveaways? If you're just gonna try something, be honest and say, hey, look, I'm trying this stuff. I'm gonna share the stats, and I have no clue what I'm gonna do next. if that's the case. But if you have already a plan, a website, a brand, be transparent with that and say, hey, look, I have this brand. We can, I don't know, if someone would try, if you want to make it more relevant, you can give me some examples or ask in the community if someone has a specific question, how we would approach it.
Anyone in the audience who's live, feel free to ask questions. One thing that I want to ask you, Andrew, for these influencers that you basically reach out to and do this partnership, you mentioned that they, and we saw this example from coding, that they also benefit from the sweepstake because one of the customer actions in the sweepstake is to follow them, right? So they get that benefit instantly of getting more followers, getting more engagement, getting more eyeballs, getting more attention.
I saw that. Yeah, it's valuable for influencers under 50K. Getting more followers.
Influencers under 50K. Yeah,
that's like a rough statistic that we've seen, like the very big influencers over 100K, they don't care. Like the ones with 1 million, they don't care for 5,000 that come from your campaign.
Yeah. Apart from the benefit of getting more followers, do you also like pay them? Do they get the products for free? The products that you send to them for the photo shoot, do they get them for free? Is there any other, or do you pay them directly? Is there any other benefit for influencers apart from getting more followers?
It depends on the company. When we sell it to the company pays for that. So if it's like any agency service, right? You pay for that. So the benefit is that influencers don't need to manage as much as they would do it on their own. And they're not directly associated, but rather through an organized medium. So that's why we can get better deals. But it's basically a skill of sales and negotiation. And after you run a few campaigns, you'll find that it works. Also, there are many tricks that we haven't tried yet, but we know that work from other sources about being very local with some tactics. Being very local, such as let's promote it only to very local influencers, which we know that have reach only in our or this region. Right?
Okay.
So this is a variation of what we've done.
So you don't basically, you don't have like a set package on how you work with an influencer. You basically reach out to them and then negotiate from there. And so with each of one, you have a different deal?
Yeah, we have a structured package. We have a structured package, but let's recap. First, we ask the company if they have someone, because they're going to get, or we're going to get a better deal in this way. And many have. Just ask them, smart enough so they can give it up. Ask them about friends of friends who could promote it, right? Anyway, that's something. And then when we configure the package, we're saying, hey, look, these are the actions that we need to take. Send the product, photos. They need to do these actions. Do a story, share the stuff that we're sharing, like checklist, how we, validate the campaign. And then they send us the data, because answering another question from the chat, we're using our own UpViral account for this. We're not using their account. They don't know how to do that. They wouldn't, right? Yeah. That's why you're an agency basically in our context.
Yeah, that's why what they hired you to do. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And
while you talk, Andrew, I'm just going to plug in my laptop because I'm running out of battery. But I'm here. I'm just plugging in the laptop.
Yeah. So the point is that we're following a process where we're making everything clear as expectations for the companies. We had campaigns that brought only 800 leads. And I'm saying only with disappointment, because we know that we could have brought more, but they had an influencer which sucked. And we said, that's fine. I mean, if it's your influencer, it's fine. I mean, we don't mind. Also, some were with the photos. So I'm going to tell you that the photos need to have a very personal touch, like either put in a mood photo. If you have a product, put them in a mood scenario, background, something, or with a person, with the influencer, let's say, in our case. Because people will have more of a grasp of a personal intention there rather than, you know, the basic isolated white background photo that you have on the Amazon store.
All right, super. So basically, to recap the influencer strategy, first and foremost, you reach out to the company and say, hey, who do you know, who do you have that could potentially promote our sweepstake, that has some sort of a following? If they don't have, for whatever reason, then you do your own research on Instagram and you start DMing influencers, you said, with less than 50K followers, because they are the ones interested in getting more reach and growing their profile, not influencers with more than 100,000 followers, and definitely not influencers with more than 1 million, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so there you have it. That's the strategy for influencer, using influencers to promote your sweepstake. And with that, let's look at some examples. I have here the Lesna Instagram profile, and it would be great to look at some examples. So here you have in your Instagram stories here your highlights. The iStyle from Apple. So that is the campaign that we were looking at from coding. And if I click here, that should open the highlight. Okay, so let me start from the beginning. So these are basically the Instagram stories that, is this published from Coding's account?
No, it's from our account.
So this is from your account. And okay, I see then you tag here, you tag Coding.
Yeah, so
and then the idea is that
and they're reposting. Since they're tagged, they're resharing the story on their stories.
Okay, and he's basically resharing it. So actually, this makes also like the job of the influencer so much easier, because you as the agency.
That's in the checklist. We're letting them know, hey, look, we're gonna post a story, we're gonna tag you, and you're gonna repost that story. So we're making it easy for the influencer, since they don't have to think about anything. They just need to do some specific actions that they know how to do.
Well, yeah. I can see, like, this is because typically when influencers are reached out on this, they are on their own on creating the content.
Exactly.
And here I see the added value that you guys create all the content, you tag him, and then all he has to do is basically hit that reshare, and that's it. Okay. So and basically, these are all the Instagram stories.
We asked, we asked the people, how would you use the product, the laptop, right? And the answers are great for, you see here, for university, for school, for webinars, for promoting new content on my social projects. These are actual answers from the community, right?
Yeah. Okay, I see. All right. So anyone who wants to see all the Instagram stories and how they did it, you can go to their Instagram profile. As you can see here, a ton of stories have been shared about this campaign with iStyle. And so here is Estee Lauder. So this is another sweepstake that we've done with Estee Lauder, I get, right?
Yeah, this was the so you see tagged here Melissa Rus, that was the influencer. And
this was the influencer. Okay.
Yeah. So she's talking about, you see in the lower right corner, she's tagging us at lesna.ro.
Yeah.
And she's talking about, the great opportunity to, just register and take advantage of this because it's cool.
Yeah. All right. And this was a campaign about the beauty products?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So that gives us a really good idea on how you're using influencers to send traffic and leads to your campaign. Super. Cool. So with that, like, Yeah, we've been live for about an hour or so. So let me first see if there are any questions that came in through the chat that have not been answered.
Yeah, look, Patricia asks if she can give away an iPad. Well, the short answer is yes. But it would depend on who's offering the product. If you're offering yourself, you could partner with someone like, okay, so if you're offering it, it's a good sweepstake. It's gonna attract more leads than a glucose monitor, for sure. It's more expensive than a glucose monitor, but you could partner with influencers from products around diabetes, which would be any kind of product around nutrition, any product around maybe glucose monitors, the producers or the importers, if it's not your own brand. If you're trying to build a brand around this kind of product, then I would run multiple campaigns, not only giveaways, because you need, brand awareness and branding for that. But if it's already,
something that I want to mention about this as well, because this is really interesting what you're sharing now. We typically, from UpViral, we typically we don't recommend people to offer things like an iPad or a MacBook or something like that, if that is not the product that they're going to sell. And I will tell you why now in a bit. Yeah. And mainly because everyone is interested in an iPad, everyone is interested in a MacBook Pro, right? But if you're selling perfumes, then you're going to get like leads that are interested in the iPad, but are not necessarily interested in the perfumes. But you are doing something really different. And I think that is why this is working for you. Because in the past, we've seen campaigns fail because they sell clothes and they are giving away an iPad. There is no correlation between the iPad and the products. So the leads that they get are not responding to the products that the company sells. But you're doing something really different. And I think that is why it is working really well for you. And that is that the traffic that you send through your sweepstakes comes from an influencer in that niche. So you're just saying now, you go and look for an influencer. So you answer.
I'm looking at the source. I'm looking at the source of traffic.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's how we fix it on one side. On the other side, yeah, we could link a product with the community. For example, we could promote the iPad with an app developer that has a following, and give away the iPad with the app pre-installed, let's say, or a subscription for a few months or a year or something, so that the community would be interested, let's say a meal planning app. I'm not sure what's useful for your community, Patricia, but something like an app that would be useful for your community. And if it's at least a few thousand in size as a Facebook group or email list, then it's starting to be worth it, because the iPad itself could be sponsored, at least in part, by the app developers or connected communities. So that's how we build additional bridges. But other than this, what William synthesized, that we're looking at the source of traffic from the influencer in the field. That's how we pre-filter it so it would stay relevant.
Yeah. That's really smart. I've never heard that before. That is great. And then we have a question from Jerome. The question is, what logic would you suggest to justify the pricing of this service to the company?
Yeah, so if the company is the client in this case, I would ask them, what's your alternative? Right? Because they don't have alternatives. They don't have. And that's why I'm saying, I said in the beginning, learn this tool and show them that no one else uses this in the fashion that you're using it. because you're positioning yourself as an expert in the field. If you run at least a few campaigns, you already know the ins and outs of UpViral. You can use it as a tool. You can use it as any other tool, but people are very used to physical tools, to treat them as tools, but they're not used to digital tools to use them as tools in their own benefit, and of course the client's benefit as well.
Yeah. All right, great. And then, so with that, I think we covered all the questions from the chat. If not, let us know in the chat, let us know in the comments, as we are going into the final questions. And one of the questions I want to ask you, Andrew, is if you could run this contest again, this contest for iStyle, is there anything that you would do differently or anything that you would do better if you were to run it all over again?
Well, no, this one is very tight. I mean, this one went really tight. We had a good cooperation with the company and with the influencer. Initially, I was the one in our team that said, why are we accepting the fourth step with the email subscription? We can also do without that, right? We could run the campaign without the email subscription, but it turned out to be a great benefit for the company, because that was their, request and KPI that said, hey, look, we want to see if we get subscribers, and they got the most subscribers out of all the campaigns that they ran. And we're showing them, I wouldn't change stuff because it's simple as it is. And in fact, it's complex enough as it is. Other companies, or if we're looking at, changing stuff, like doing stuff different, they're just in another bigger league. Like, it's very expensive to have systems, like software systems for your benefits for clients and stuff, and they're very expensive. But trying these campaigns in a small scale, it's very accessible to do.
All right. Well, and final question. In a few words, what would you say about UpViral?
Well, UpViral came with a pack of features that helped us create an MVP for a product in a matter of weeks, right? So we studied the ins and out, and of course, I had some info about it previously from webinars and stuff. So we invested some education. We integrated it very fine with WordPress Wiz for Lesna. And it was the right fit for our, strategy and business models. So it was the right tool, the right software, the right time. And that's why we're still using it. I mean, that's our case. That's what we are pleading to, use it in the future as well.
All right, super. We are definitely looking forward to seeing your lead count growth from 116,000. That was in 10 months. So I can imagine where it's going to be in another 10 months from now.
Yep.
Super. Andrew, I want to thank you for your time. And I also, one final question, sorry. Where can people find out more about Lesna and about you? Okay, so about Lesna, you've seen how it's typed at Lesna. About myself, you can, search me on LinkedIn or something if you'd like to reach out, but I'm not sure how much of use I can be on campaign stuff, but you can also find me in the Facebook group of UpViral. I'm there. Andrew, Hutanu, Andrei Hutanu, that's my name. So you can search me there in the Facebook group. If you'd like to learn more, just start a thread on that group, tag me, and we'll see if I can help further. But other than this, what I can say, everyone needs to find their own message and brand voice, and I'm sure that
the community is supportive, and the UpViral team is supportive to the community. It's a product that's been in the market for so long, so it's already, well established. It's clear that it's a long-term, game here. So hopefully you'll go forward and reach the next level using the modern tools of technology.
Awesome, love it. Andrew, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and breaking down your influencer marketing strategy for generating a lot of traffic and leads for your sweepstakes on Instagram. I'm sure that's been like really, really valuable to anyone who is watching live. For those watching live, show some love to Andrew in the chat. We're getting some hearts already coming in. Thank you so much for being here with us on the Copilot Show. Thank you. It's highly appreciated. And keep crushing it with UpViral.
Cheers. Cheers, everyone.
Okay. Bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.